Hello and welcome back to our channel. This is Jasur, a corporate legal consultant based in Shanghai. If you're new in this channel, we specialize in assisting foreigners, foreign companies, individuals to enter the Chinese market and also several other countries, for example, Hong Kong, Singapore, EU, US, Canada. Our services include company formation, opening offshore bank accounts for your company, and if you need assistance, feel free to contact us. We'll be glad to hear from you. Today, I would like to show you what kind of documents you receive when you register Hong Kong company through us. So today we prepared this special box for the client, and I'm going to show it to you. Now, of course, I'm going to hide the company name, but still, you will receive a box like this. Okay, it's a box. You know, containing all the documents and stamps of your Hong Kong company. And it will be named after your company, this box. It's going to contain the company name. So inside this box, you will find your articles of association, and you have your share certificate. Okay, I'm not going to show the company name, but let me try to hide it. So it looks like this. Okay, share certificate, and also it's going to have statutory book. Okay, in front there's a company name here, and obviously you will have your company stamps. Let me just try to hide it like this. So you're going to receive something like this. So basically there's a rectangle stamp and embosser, and this is the main company stamp here. So including you will have your company documents printed in color, and the company documents include certificate of incorporation, business registration certificate BR, and incorporation form, NNC1, and articles of association, and PINNC1, notice to business registration office, statutory book that I showed you, shares book already showed you as well, and company stamp 1, signature stamp, which is rectangle, and common seal. Okay, so basically Hong Kong company registration takes, if you do it like in expedited way, it takes from 1 to 3 business days. And if you do it in a standard way, it takes approximately 7 business days. And after we've got this, company set up for you, we got all the documents, especially your company stamps, we're going to start the process for the bank account. The bank account might usually take between 2 to 6 weeks, depending on what bank we are applying, because there are several bank options. Of course, we're going to communicate to you with about all the options, and depending on your choice, the time frame for bank is around 6 weeks maximum, and that includes due diligence, ID verification, online, and of course this is fintech bank I'm talking about. But if you go for traditional banks, they usually require in-person visit to Hong Kong. We can also arrange that. We will make an appointment for you, and you just have to fly to Hong Kong, meet with the bank manager, and you take it from there basically. And because when you open a traditional bank account, try to open an account from traditional banks in Hong Kong, the requirements might vary depending on your business plan, basically status of the company, etc. They might ask you some further questions. So after you've opened your bank account, basically your company is ready to go. You can start running it. The reason why most of the clients actually open their Hong Kong companies is because the proximity to mainland China, and also a lot of special agreements between Hong Kong and mainland China makes trade very easy and efficient, especially when it comes to taxes. And the usual structure that we recommend to our clients is they set up a Hong Kong company. Once it's ready, they use that Hong Kong company as a parent company, and then we establish WFOE wholly foreign owned enterprise for them under this Hong Kong company. So in this structure, there are a lot of advantages. Number one advantage is the earnings from mainland China can be repatriated to Hong Kong. And when you, for example, talk about currency control in mainland China, we still have that. So it's comparatively a little bit complicated to send funds outside of mainland China if the company does not have a parent company elsewhere. So that's why it makes perfect sense to have your parent company established in Hong Kong. Because of the special agreements, it's easy to send or repatriate funds back to Hong Kong. So when you send your funds to Hong Kong, and from Hong Kong you can send literally to any part of the world. And banking system is one of the top in the world, actually. I mean, there's no currency control, but the online banking system is one of the top in the world, most advanced. So, and apart from that, actually, why Hong Kong is because of the taxes. Like I mentioned, in Hong Kong, the taxation is very straightforward. Actually, if your earnings come from outside of Hong Kong and they're not sourced from within Hong Kong, then your company can claim offshore status. It doesn't have to pay any corporate taxes. Otherwise, if you have any income coming in from Hong Kong, which is subject to Hong Kong taxes, the corporate tax is 16.5%. So that's it. Very straightforward taxation there. And furthermore, sometimes clients use their China mainland company to export the products to Hong Kong, and then they use Hong Kong port to export elsewhere. And from tax perspective and also from efficiency perspective, it makes sense sometimes. You just have to look at the specific situation. But all in all, this structure is almost always recommended for companies and entrepreneurs who want to do business with China. You have to have Hong Kong company in order to have full control over the currency and transactions and import and export. And also, you need to have a mainland company in order to have, full control over the, transactions in mainland China. Because, comparatively speaking, and we talked about this before in this channel many times. So imagine your company is in Brazil, for example, and you're buying some product from mainland China, and you transfer funds to this factory directly. It might happen so that this factory you found is not a proper factory. Maybe they like to take advantage of foreign clients. So if there's a dispute in this scenario, it's extremely challenging for the Brazilian company to sue this factory in mainland China, usually because of the proximity. And also, in order to hire a Chinese lawyer from abroad, it's going to be really challenging. And also, the factories, which are, very interested in taking advantage or, cheating clients, they perfectly know the situation. They usually look at the situation and they clearly see it that this company does not have any legal basis here. They don't have any establishment, or they don't have any entity registered in mainland China. So they are a foreign company. If we take advantage, and even if they try to sue us in mainland China, it takes them months and years sometimes. And it's very difficult and costly. And most of the time in this scenario, foreign companies just give up, based on the practice I've seen personally. So that's why when you have your mainland China company opened, it actually tells the factories and suppliers, hey, look, we have an entity here. We're going to use this mainland China company, and we're going to pay you in yuan. Okay, our parent company in Brazil or Hong Kong, for example, going to transfer the funds in USD to our own China company, and we're going to transfer that money in yuan to you later on. We're not going to pay you in USD. So this way you can control the whole process basically. And if something happens, some sort of dispute happens between the supplier and your China company, mainly China company, it's a lot easier. I would say like many times easier to sue this factory in mainland China using your China company. And of course, compared to the previous scenario, the factories, they also see the process here. They think many times before they, do something like illegal or try to take advantage of, because your company is registered here. It's got the same rights, same the opportunities as this factory in China. Okay, so if you consider all these advantages, it makes perfect sense. So that's why we recommend this structure to almost anyone who wants to do business with mainland China. So once again, it's been Jasur from Shanghai, and our contact details are on the screen. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. I'll be glad to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next one.